Did you know that some everyday foods can actually lose their nutrients or even become risky if stored too cold? It might sound surprising, but the fridge isn't always the safest place for every item in your kitchen. Some foods change in texture, flavor, or chemical composition when chilled, and for seniors, these hidden risks are worth knowing. Let's start with a food that almost everyone refrigerates, but really shouldn't: potatoes. Potatoes might seem harmless, but cold temperatures turn their natural starches into sugar faster than you'd expect. When these chilled potatoes are cooked, whether fried, roasted, or baked, the sugar interacts with certain amino acids to form acrylamide, a chemical that, over time, may affect the nervous system if eaten in large amounts. Apart from this, refrigerated potatoes often develop a gritty or mushy texture, making your favorite dishes less enjoyable. Take Bill, age 77, who loved his homemade hash browns every Sunday morning. He kept his potatoes in the fridge to make them last longer, only to find they browned unevenly and tasted oddly sweet. Once he moved them to a cool, dark cupboard, the difference was immediate: better taste, safer cooking, and more peace of mind. For seniors, avoiding cold storage for potatoes is more than just a cooking tip. It's a simple way to reduce hidden health risks and keep meals enjoyable. Check your fridge now. Are your potatoes stored safely? Comment below. And stay tuned, because this is just the first of 7 foods that shouldn't be chilled. Number 2 on our list is onions, a staple in nearly every kitchen, but one that many of us store in the fridge without thinking. At first, it seems logical. Keep them cold, and they'll last longer, right? Surprisingly, the opposite often happens. The fridge's cold, damp environment breaks down the onion's firm layers. The crisp texture softens, the sharp flavor fades, and within a few days, the once lively aroma starts to disappear. Worse, the same moisture encourages green shoots to sprout and can promote mold growth on the inner layers. While a small spot of mold is sometimes easy to see, hidden patches between layers can make the onion unsafe to eat, potentially leading to stomach upset. Garlic faces a similar issue. Placing whole bulbs or loose cloves in the fridge can encourage green shoots to grow faster than they would at room temperature. This makes the cloves bitter and sometimes soft or rubbery, and the fridge's dampness can encourage mold to appear between the papery layers. Let's think about Patricia, age 81. She always stored half-used onions in plastic wrap in her fridge. Over time, she noticed black spots forming and the onions losing their crisp bite. Once she switched to storing onions in a mesh bag in a cool, dark pantry, they lasted longer, stayed crisp, and tasted better in her soups and stews. Samuel, 75, experienced the same with garlic. Once he kept it on the counter in a well-ventilated basket, the cloves stayed firm, the flavor stayed strong, and he avoided waste. For seniors, keeping onions and garlic in the right conditions is more than a culinary tip. It's a way to maintain flavor, avoid unnecessary food waste, and protect your digestive health. Check your fridge now. Do you see any onions or garlic tucked away? Could they be at risk? And here's a little teaser. The next food on our list might surprise you because almost everyone refrigerates it, thinking it will stay fresh. But chilling it actually makes it go bad faster, both in taste and texture. Stay tuned, because you won't want to make this common mistake in your own kitchen. Number 4 on our list is bread, a food almost everyone thinks should be refrigerated to last longer. The surprising truth? Refrigeration actually speeds up bread going stale. When bread is chilled, the starch molecules crystallize faster, making your slices dry and crumbly within a day or 2. Even if it's tightly wrapped, moisture in the fridge can encourage mold growth, especially in homemade loaves or preservative-free varieties. Seniors like Jean, age 84, found that refrigerated bread lost its soft, fluffy texture almost overnight, and sometimes green mold appeared between slices. Once she started keeping bread in a bread box or paper bag at room temperature, and only freezing extras she couldn't eat within a few days, her sandwiches stayed fresh, her meals tasted better, and she wasted far less. Speaking of foods that lose flavor in the fridge, let's talk about tomatoes. Many people refrigerate tomatoes hoping to extend their shelf life, but the cold stops the ripening process and dulls the flavor. Whole tomatoes last longer on the counter at room temperature, where they retain their juiciness and aroma. Only once cut should they be placed in the fridge to slow bacterial growth. Seniors who enjoy garden fresh or locally sourced tomatoes know how disappointing it is when that bright, sweet flavor disappears. Marilyn, 79, noticed her BLTs suddenly lacked summer vibrancy when she kept extra tomatoes in the fridge. Once she stored them on a counter until fully ripe, they stayed plump, sweet, and delicious. Both bread and tomatoes show how the fridge can backfire. Texture, taste, and freshness suffer. Do you currently keep your bread or tomatoes in the fridge? Let me know in the comments. Small adjustments like these not only improve meals, but also reduce waste and help maintain nutritional value. And here's a teaser. The next food on our list seems harmless, but storing in the fridge can weaken its natural benefits, affecting both flavor and health. You'll want to hear this one to avoid a common kitchen mistake many seniors make. Next up is honey, a natural sweetener many of us keep in the fridge to preserve. The surprising truth? Cold temperatures aren't honey's friend. When chilled, honey crystallizes quickly, turning thick, gritty, and hard to pour or spread. While crystallized honey isn't unsafe, it loses that smooth texture we love, and repeated cycles of chilling and warming can slightly ferment it, altering taste and reducing the effectiveness of its natural enzymes and antioxidants. Seniors like Larry, 82, who added honey to his morning oatmeal, noticed it became gritty and slow to pour when kept in the fridge. Once he moved it to a sealed jar in a cool, dry spot on the counter, it stayed smooth, sweet, and retained its natural healing properties. Small adjustments like this help you enjoy honey at its best while protecting its beneficial compounds. Now that we've covered honey, let's look at another fridge culprit, melons. Whole melons, including watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew, may seem like they belong in the fridge, but keeping them chilled too early can reduce flavor, aroma, and nutritional content. Antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamin C are better preserved when melons stay at room temperature until cut. Cold also affects texture, making the flesh mealy or mushy instead of firm and juicy. For seniors who enjoy a sweet, refreshing slice, this can be disappointing. Frank, 80, used to refrigerate his watermelons, only to find them bland and less hydrating. Once he kept whole melons on the counter and only refrigerated leftovers, the flavor and texture returned, making every bite enjoyable again. Do you keep honey or melons in the fridge? Let us know in the comments. You might be surprised how a simple storage change can improve taste, nutrition, and even your kitchen routine. Remember, small adjustments make a big difference, helping seniors enjoy food safely, confidently, and deliciously. Now that you've seen how refrigeration can change the taste, texture, and even safety of everyday foods, it's time to take action in your own kitchen. Small, simple tweaks can make a real difference. Store potatoes in a basket or paper bag in a dark cupboard. Keep onions in a mesh bag on the counter. Place honey in a tightly sealed jar at room temperature. Whole melons, tomatoes, and bread also last longer and taste better when kept out of fridge until they're cut or ready to use. Acrylamide, the compound that can form in cold store potatoes when cooked at high heat, is something to be aware of. Occasional consumption isn't dangerous, but using proper storage methods reduces unnecessary long-term exposure. Tiny adjustments like this enhance the flavor, preserve nutrients, and help you feel more confident about the food you serve yourself and your loved ones. Start today by checking your kitchen. Are any foods on the Do Not Refrigerate list? Move them to the right spots and notice the difference over the next few days. Encourage friends or family, especially those over 60, to do the same. Visual cues can help. Baskets for potatoes, bread boxes for loaves, mesh bag for onions, and jars for honey make it easy to remember. By paying attention to how you store your food, you not only enjoy tastier meals, but also support your health and well-being. These aren't complicated changes, but they protect freshness, enhance flavor, and keep your kitchen running smoothly. Every small tweak counts. And as a senior, feeling in control of your meals can boost confidence and independence. If you found these tips helpful, leave a comment below sharing one change you'll make in your kitchen. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member over 60. Help them avoid hidden fridge mistakes and enjoy safer,